Hey guys, what is up? Trunks McNugget here, and we are back with another Dragon Ball Z video. Today we are talking about who is the best villain in Dragon Ball Z. This is a question that has long been debated, and of course the end result will be my personal opinion. You can think someone else is the best villain, but here's what I'm going to say. So first let's go through each and every villain in the series. Let's start with the first one of Dragon Ball Z. This does not include Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Super, just Dragon Ball Z. So first we have Vegeta, Prince of all Saiyans. So, oh yes, also by the way, for the villains, I'll be talking about the villain and the villain team. Like, I'm going to be talking about Vegeta, but this includes Raditz and Nappa too. Same with Frieza, includes like the Ginyu Force, Zarbon and Doria, Cell Jr.'s androids equals 17, 18, 19, and 20, and I guess 16. And Boo includes Bibbidi, Bobbidi, all that. Okay. Let's start with Vegeta. So first, let's see. So this is how the series starts. First villain of the series. So we see Goku, and he's living his peaceful life. He's minding his own business. Then this mysterious ball thing comes flying out of the sky, and this mysterious warrior comes up. We immediately see him, though it's not necessarily clear, pretty much kill a guy immediately. And we see that he stopped a bullet with just his hand, so we know he's powerful. At least for at the time, that was powerful. So we see him do that. So we see them. They go to Master Roshi's. Then this Raditz guy shows up. He causes a bunch of trouble. He slaps Krillin into Kami House. Then he kidnaps Gohan and he says, "You are a Saiyan. I am your brother." This immediately shows that there's family conflict here with this. So then you know the rest of the story. So now let's talk about Vegeta. First off, what we see of the Saiyans, they are cruel and they are battle hungry, which explains why Goku has always been so battle hungry. So there's kind of like they're evil, they're the worst parts of him. Basically, that's kind of how it's going. These Saiyans, they are all the worst things about Goku. So then, eventually, Goku ends up, so then obviously, Nappa goes, Chaozu kills himself trying to kill Nappa, and Nappa, like, kills Tien, Cyberman kills Yamcha, they release the Cyberman and stuff, yeah. So then eventually, all the friends are, like, the Z fighters are either dead or defeated or whatever. And then we have Vegeta. So then we see Vegeta. So then obviously we see Goku. Goku comes. He beats the crap out of Nappa. Then we see Nappa go over to Vegeta. Be like, "Come on, Vegeta, help me." But then Vegeta just immediately kills Nappa, showing Vegeta as he does not care about anybody else except himself. And then we see Vegeta bragging about how he's the Prince of all Saiyans. And he sees him like making fun of Goku about how he's just a low level Saiyan. Which also shows Vegeta is very vain, egotistical, has a lot of pride. And, yeah. So then obviously there's a big fight, and at the end they decide to spare Vegeta. So I think Vegeta was definitely a good villain. He was like, it's not about where you came from, it's about who you become. That's kind of what the whole theme, I think, was of the arc. So that's Vegeta. Next we have Frieza. So Frieza, we get to Earth, we see Frieza, he's evil, we get to Namek, Frieza is evil immediately. We see him being sadistic, we see him we see him just murdering, committing genocide against the Namekians, the peaceful Namekians, and he's fine with it. We see he's very sadistic, very evil, probably the most evil villain on this list. He loves to kill people. He's awful. So I'm not going to go too much into the Ginyu Force and stuff, because even though, they basically put up a fight, but I don't really consider them really good villains, because they don't really have that good of motives. But Frieza, he's got a pretty good motive. He, with his huge which he wants to gather the Namekian Dragon Balls and become immortal. He wants nobody to ever be able to stop him, and he's super selfish, sadistic, like Vegeta. He's egotistical and brags about his power. And yeah, so I would say Frieza, 10 out of 10 villain, great villain. Then we get to the androids. Now the androids, I would not really call them those good of villains, because I mean, kind of show up. Their whole goal is basically they want to kill Goku as revenge for what Goku did to the Red Ribbon Army in the original Dragon Ball. So I mean, you know, they've got a good motive, they got a good setup, but then overall the execution just isn't that good. The androids, they don't seem threatening, they don't seem overly evil like a villain should be, and you don't really hate them you hate them because they're bad. You don't hate them for the same reasons that you would hate Frieza. You don't hate them because villain reasons, you hate them just because they're annoying. Which, yeah. So the androids, Then we come to Cell. Yes. So we see Cell, he comes out, and Cell, we see immediately he's evil, and he's got like a god complex, kind of. He thinks he's the most perfect being, and he's very egotistical. Wow, I'm realizing you can basically say about all of these villains, they're all egotistical. Yeah. And we see Cell, he slaughters towns, and he does not care at all. So we see he's sadistical. Sadistical? Is that a word? He's sadistic, just like Frieza. And yeah. So then we also see, obviously he has Zords the androids, and he becomes perfect Cell. He's very full of himself, and he wants the whole world to know how powerful he is, that he's going to be the one to kill Goku. He wants the entire world to know this. So then he obviously creates the Cell Games, broadcasts them on live TV after murdering thousands of people. And so yeah. So I think Cell's a really good villain, because he radiates power. He's very powerful, but he also radiates evil. Not to mention, he's made up of everyone's genes, which kind of goes back to the Vegeta thing, where it's like part of Goku is in him, and he has all of their moves. Everything that they've done, now Cell is using against them. But he also has Frieza, the evil sadistic maniac's genes as well, creating kind of just a combination of everybody, and all the evil from the entire series culminates within Cell. So obviously Cell is evil, he's prideful, he's sadistical, and at the same time he's kind of elegant in a way, where he's like, he wants to broadcast, he's got this whole like, he's very fancy, which I think makes a villain better. Like, Vegeta was not fancy, he was just like, I will kill you. Same thing with Frieza, androids, same thing. But no, Cell was different. I think Cell was great. Then we come to Kid Buu. Kid Buu is very, Majin Buu, I think Majin Buu's probably the weakest villain on this list, just because he doesn't have that great a personality or motive. He's known as like the incarnation of pure evil. It took the energy to revive him. It's kind of like it's Goku and Vegeta's fault for him to coming back, which does make him pretty cool, but at the same time it's like, really? So, I mean, I don't know. There's not really much to talk about. I mean, Majin Buu is basically, he wants to kill everyone. That's it. So, yeah. So, if you look back at all these villains and all the points I've made, I, personally, and this is my opinion, I think Cell was the best villain in the series. I think he had the best motive, the best setup, the best personality, just overall the best traits. Everything you want in a villain, Cell had. He culminated power, but without being overly designed. And also, it gave us the Gohan versus Cell fight, which is probably one of the best fights in the series, if not the best fight in the series. Anyways, guys, that's just my personal opinion. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. This is Trunks McNugget signing off. Peace.